Guys, Pepper 22 here. So today is an IM5 Q&R question video. I asked some of you to send in questions, and you guys did. So here we are. Most of them are anonymous. So, first question: do any of the boys follow you on Twitter? If so, who and how? No, they don't because I don't have a Twitter, and I don't have an Instagram either. I should get one, but I don't. I don't know. Have you ever met them? If yes, post a story. If not, then explain how would you feel if you met them. Yes, I have met the boys. I met Cole and Dana twice. Actually, well, technically 3 times if you count the things. But I met them 3 times. I was outside the venue for the energy tour for when I met Dana, and the person I was with, she was like, "Oh my God, there's Dana," and I was just like, "Where?" I looked up and I saw him, and I squealed and slid down the wall, and so I was like, "No, no, no, collect your cool." So I got back up and I was like, "Okay, good," because like he was walking down the line giving people high fives, and my sister, she's not a fan of him, so she gets a high five from Dana. I'm just like, "No, that is not fair." But I then I asked him for a picture, which after that I didn't like we didn't talk much until like when we got into the venue, and that's when I saw Cole come out of nowhere, and I was just like, oh, there's the beauty of Cole. And when I asked him for a picture, he was like, "What's the golden rule?" And I kept asking what, and he kept repeating the question. I was like, uh, always tell the truth. And he's like, "No, don't get back in line or you'll do the time." And I was just like, oh, okay. And after that, it was like, me and the girl were like, "Happy belated birthday, Cole." And he's like, "Thank you." I met the rest of the boys at Taste Chicago, but we really didn't talk that much because it was like this Barry and tons of girls. But I gave him letters, and when I gave Gabe his letter, he's like, "Is this for me?" And I'm just like, "Yes." And he's like, "Thank you." I also met them at the Florida Mall. Gosh, it seems like I'm stalking them. I'm not, because I'd be at their next venue, but I'm not. When I talked to Will, I asked him if he can sign my phone, and he's like, I'm like, "Can you sign my phone?" And he's like, "Can I?" And I'm just like, "Well," he's like, "The real question is, may I?" And we kept like arguing back and forth about it, and I was like, "Oh, okay." I gave him a hug, and then I just like moved on to Cole, and I'm just like, "Cole, give him a hug. I don't want to let go." And then I see Dalton, and I run to Dalton, and I'm just like, "Can you hold me for this picture?" And he's like, "Sure." And so he like picks me up, and we're just like talking. We're just like having a tiny conversation. We smile, still having a tiny conversation. He's like, "I'm gonna, I'm gonna drop you." I'm like, "I trust you not to drop me." And he starts like tilting me back, and I'm just like clutching onto him. And next thing I know, I feel someone like writing something on my knee, and I look up and I'm like, "Gabe, are you writing on my knee?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then we start talking, and that is how. Well, there's is this one part when I was leaving, I like Gabe was the last one to sign my phone, and Dalton comes up to me and he's like, he pokes my earring and he's like, "Gabe, look at her earrings, they're that." And he's like, Gabe's like, "I saw." I'm like, and I'm just like, "Did you guys see the necklace?" And Dalton's face was just hilarious. Next question: who is your least favorite member from IM5? No, I do not have a least favorite member. I love them all. They all are beautiful. Favorite song from IM5? My favorite song would be Into the Night because after Gabe's rap, Dalton does this like thing where he holds this high note and he's just like, "Yeah." And I'm just like, "Oh, Dalton." Ugh. Favorite boy from IM5 and why? Here's my problem. I liked Cole. Ever since I found out about IM5, Cole has caught my eye. He's very interesting. I feel like I love his personality. His looks are a plus. But then here comes Dalton just waltzing in, and he's Dalton. He's funny. He's sarcastic, sassy. Wait, is sassy and sarcastic the same thing or not? I don't know. But and he like does the British accent sometimes. He like mimics it, and I am a sucker for a British accent. So basically, I have two favorites, but then I would say Cole and Dalton would be my best friend that I secretly love. But at the same time, I love Cole. So it kind of feels like I'm cheating on Cole with Dalton. Help me. Who's your favorite? Can you give Vivons a shout out? Oh, shout out to Vivons, whoever you are. Shout out. Do you support Colacity? Explain reasons. I do not support Colacity. And it's not because I'm one of those fangirls that are like, oh, he's my favorite, so he can't have a boyfriend, so I don't like the couple. No, I don't support Colacity, if you don't know, which is Cole Penetry and Cassidy Shogun. I don't support them because one, I just don't like Cassidy. It's like the whole vibe thing, and I've seen some of her work, and I didn't like it. And plus, when they broke up, I'm not sure if they're back together, but when they broke up for a while, the things Cassidy did was kind of like petty and childish, and Gabe had to step all up into that. But I don't. It's not my place to like say anything. It's just my opinion. Let them figure that out, cause like that's them. I think we should stay out of the boy's personal life. That's my opinion. Either way, I don't like the couple. Yeah, just don't like it. Thank you for sending in questions, and bye.